Boom, 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 boom. What's up? What's up, everybody? Hope you're doing all right. It's 4 p.m. A few minutes past. Ain't no big deal. Hope you are having a most wonderful day. Since the last time we saw each other for the breakfast show, I hope you've been having a wonderful, wonderful day. It has been a busy one for me, but that doesn't mean that there isn't a lot of things that we got to get into today. I got a bunch of articles. I think I got that whole situation squared away. Obviously, we are done, as you guys know, with the Daily Huddle. Done with that website. We will never use that again. We found that out the hard way. I had to shut down the stream the other day because of it, for goodness sakes. But, hey, this ain't a polo. It's like this ain't a polo. It's what do they call this? Like I don't know. It's not a polo shirt. It's not like an actual collar. Just was kind of maybe folded a little bit like it. Don't you get mistaken. I don't wear polo shirts, buddies, ladies and gentlemen. I have worn a polo shirt many times golfing. Doesn't seem like that wants to focus today. About as good as it's going to get. I don't know what's happening here. Hello, big fly. Could always just switch to the other one. Boom! It's a nice thing about having two. So not a polo. It's like I don't know what these things are called. It's like full sleeves, 3/4 zip, mock. Would you call it a mock crew neck, or that's not a turtleneck? Whatever. Enough about this shirt. It's not a polo shirt. But I will wear a polo to play golf, especially if is that what Americans call a jersey? No, but it's got like that. It's like that material, right? It's like the plastic shit. It's not like cotton stretches. It's very comfortable. It's from Costco, actually. I'd gotten in one of these things a number of years ago, and it was I did the silly thing. I had gotten one. I was like, whoa, that's pretty amazing. So I ended up getting like 6 or 7 of them so that I could just always make sure that there was 1 or 2 clean. And this was, I don't know, I'm down to like 3. So I stored a couple away so that I don't run out, because I don't think you can get them at Costco anymore. But polyester, sure. Nylon, maybe. I don't know what the material is. I'm not a fashionista. Nope. Can't see that there. I'll let you guys know. Let's do this. I'm going to put up a poll. What's up, Juan Hernandez? What's up, everybody in the chat? Hope you guys are doing all right. I got a dress from Costco. I got a dress from Costco. Yeah, some of their clothes are all right. They got some good workout stuff. You could get if you've ever seen anybody with the Puma socks. If you're rocking the Puma socks, you know that those things came from. I forget what I was going to do a poll about. How about we'll just come back to that later, because I can't remember what it was going to be. Zach's in the house today. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Let's just go through this really quick. Guys, if you are watching over on the YouTubes, thank you so much. Make sure you smash that like button. Maybe give a little Haktua. I don't know why I said tui. Haktua that like button. Smash it over on the YouTubes. And if you guys are watching on X, appreciate you. Do me a solid. Do a repost, tag some friends, let them know that we're gonna have some fun in here. We're gonna look at some crypto, look at some news, but mostly I think just try to have a good time. I think that sounds more reasonable in my opinion. Let's just have a good time doing this stuff. So we will hop over to CoinMarketCap in just a second here. Shout out to the fam in the chat. I see we got Zach, we got Doug, we got Brian, we got Juan. What is up? Haktua to you too, ladies and gentlemen. I don't really think that that's what we want to do. Anyway, What a day, huh? You got the crypto markets. Let's pop the screen on up here so that you guys can see what I am looking at. I'm looking at coin market cap. Couple things stand out to me. One, Bitcoin back to 61. At least we're over 60. We'll see what happens over the next little bit here. But most importantly, fear and greed index back down to 46. Now, we kind of loosely tracking this over the last couple weeks. We know that it was up to 55 kind of recently, and then 51, 49, I believe it was on Monday. So 46 today. Today being Wednesday. Really interesting. Remember, you want to buy when they're fearful and sell when they're greedy. And we're currently at neutral 46. I don't know how fearful we're going to get because of where we are and what stage we're at, in the market cycle, and how we are ready to just kind of get rolling at any point. Um, July seems to be, we'll look at some of the ETF information early July, looking at some dates there. We don't really know if that's confirmed or what yet. We'll get to that in a second. But that's coming up right around the corner, right? And if July be like, it has historically, remember, history likes to rhyme, not repeat, but July has historically been a pretty good month for crypto. And so, we could be, on the mend here, if you will, very soon. And with that being said, maybe 46 is a pretty good number as far as, where greed and where we're going to land, right? Obviously a lot more people would like to see it. If this is your first cycle, you know that these are opportunities, right? So seeing the fear and greed index slip down a little bit farther, maybe even to the 30s, then I think we would get a more of a fear reading versus neutral. But I think that would really that would be an opportunity. But that would be maybe as far as it gets, right? Like, you can't go too much farther. We're not in a bear market. We are in the bull market. We're about to join the parabolic phase. We're about to go on our moon mission, boys and girls. It's been a while since we've done a moon mission. So I hope you have your spacesuits packed and ready to go. Mine has been to the dry cleaners. I've got it nicely laid out on the guest bed, just ready to throw on and then just go straight to the moon. I'm not going to mess around this time. So I hope that you guys do the same thing. Don't mess around. July 2nd for ETF launches. That's what I'm hearing so far. Yeah. So, we'll see what happens. We'll have to track that stuff. I believe, is that next week? Let's pop over my calendar really quick here. Yeah. So next Tuesday. So a week, 7 days technically. So we'll see what happens next Tuesday with that. But we will be tracking that as we get closer and closer. And again, we will be looking at the fear and greed index every day. I do at least, just to kind of gauge where we're at. I'm getting ready to deploy some of my dry powder, put that into not more Ondo, maybe a little bit. I don't know. I think it's kind of one of those things where it's bothering me. And actually, here's a great poll question. Do you Now, Bitcoin is a different story. Obviously, let's not use Bitcoin as the example here. But do you make sure that you have like a even number? This is what the poll is going to be: an even number of coins in your portfolio, right? Like, you top up. So, like, say you're like, all right, I've got 15,000 of this coin. I've got 5,000 of this coin. Or do you just like put whatever you want and then move on to something else? So, do you, Phil, and how would you say this? Do you buy a is that considered a round? What would you call that? I'm drawing a blank right here. Um, what would you even call that? Like a round number, like all zeros? Like, that just sounds stupid when you try to type it out. So we'll try to figure out a better way to say that. I'm not going to waste more time trying to think about it. If you guys can type it in chat, like what I would say to make that make sense in a poll, I'll put it in there. But it doesn't translate well. Sometimes, things don't translate well from the words to the text. So help me out. Yeah, round number. All right. All right. You buy a round number of coins. Example, 5,000 or 7,500. All right, poll is up. There we go. Thank you, Zach, for helping me. So there we go. Do you buy a round number of coins, for example, 5,000 to something, 7,500, whatever, whatever ends up being, or do you just say, I want to buy $100 and maybe it's 3.87526, whatever. You guys get what I'm saying. So, all right, that's the poll for the next little bit here. See where that goes. See what my people are. I kind of have one of those things where, I don't for sure have all of my coins topped up, but when I think about, say the Ondo bag and say I'm, a couple hundred short of hitting the next 1,000, might as well just throw it in there, right? Round it up. And this way, when you're doing your mental math, maybe it's easier. And if it's really no skin off your teeth, skin on your teeth, skin off your teeth, skin on your teeth, no skin on your teeth, no skin off your teeth. I don't know how that saying would go. But if it's no sweat off your sack, if you will, then, maybe it's worth rounding up for your mental maths. We'll see how it goes. All righty. Let's look at some of these coins. So refresh really quick to make sure we are looking at the most up-to-date information here. The crypto market cap overall, 2.26 trillion, down 1% today. It's been, kind of an up and down over the last couple of days. We'll see where we end where this thing shakes out. I'm telling you, Bitcoin dominance 53%. Man, it was 51. This thing just seems to bounce back between 51 and 53 all day long. It was 53 this morning when I looked. It was 51 when Ben did his show. We're back to 53 right now. ETH dominance, though, at 18%. I feel like that hasn't changed. And so it's just probably some of the other alt and meme coins that are, making some headway, if you will. Bitcoin coming in at 60,000. Hopefully we can hang on to that 60 level. If not, just like we were looking at last week, who knows where that thing could land up, right? Low 50s, mid 50s, not off the table. I don't think anybody agreed with me that 27K was in the realm of possibility. So, hey, a boy can dream. A boy can dream. 6 a.m. Doug asking, did XRP wake up today? No, it did not. So we've got Bitcoin 60,700. We got Ethereum at 3,300. Would like to see that push back over 34. We'll see how that goes. You got BNB at 574, Solana 136. Here we go, Doug. XRP 47 cents, down 1.28% on the day. Shot down its lowest to about 46.5 cents. Now a little over 47 cents. Let's take a look at the monthly chart of XRP. Down, down, down. Everybody wants to go down on XRP. 7-day. Down, down, down. 1 year. Chop, chop, chop. But it's at the, wow. XRP is like at the lowest point of this 1 year chart. That's interesting. What do we think about that? What do you guys think about this? I mean, look at that. Right here was like our little average line, right? This 48 cents, and we've recently gone underneath at 47 cents. So we are lower than the price have been all year, basically. I don't have an XRP position right now because I'm sick and tired of just not doing anything. And if I wanted money just to sit at the same value, I'd keep it in the Tether or USDC like I do. Let's see. At some point, though, it's going to do something. And again, probably not until anything with the case ends. So we'll see what XRP happens to do. Ton up today. Ton coin seems to be one of those coins that moves in the green when a lot of things are moving in the red. You got Doge down 3%. Cardano down 1%, 39 cents. Couldn't hold that 40 level. Ay, Dios mío. Papihue. That's a nice little recovery-ish. Let's take a look at some of the looses for the day. Anything that we would want to put money in if you're just not ready for SWE yet because of all those unlocks. Pith, I wouldn't mind Pith Network, 5% on that. You could get a little Popski Pendle. That's a good RWA play to do. 4%. Motherfucker, Beam down again, man. This thing's going to be below a cent soon. And then I'm going to sell it all and never look at it ever again. Fuck Beam. Jasmy down 3.5%. That's one that a lot of people are looking at. Dog whiff hat below 2 cents. How long has this been below 2 cents? Yeah, it just went above it just for a little bit today, huh? 7 day, 1 month. Couple days on that one. Ideos meal. There's just some deals to be had. God, is anybody buying anything? What are you guys buying? Drop your comments down below. I want to know what in the heck y'all are buying, because at this moment I haven't purchased anything yet. And remember, I'm sitting on a little bag of tether, so I want to make some moves. I'm just not sure, and I've done enough damage in Ondo, so I just needed to get like a little bit, honestly, to top it up if we were gonna round it up to an even number. But render's a great pickup. Hedera H bar. I don't know why this thing's not doing anything. Let's check the comments here. I see AVAX. What is going on with AVAX? Where is AVAX? Right here. Let's look at the chart, because this has been a little disappointment here. Although, hey, that's nice to see it moving a little bit in the right direction. But just like some other ones, man, the 1 month chart just straight down 38 cents. I mean, I remember this thing, what, here we go, $60, $60 and 69 cents back in March. And it has been on a decline ever since, with a very sharp decline happening in mid-April. So, what's the narrative, right? What's the narrative with AVAX that everybody wants to talk about? Is it the gaming? Is it the RWA side? Is it what is going to make AVAX come back? And partnerships, yada yada yada. Gaming, no one gives a fuck about Web3 gaming right now. Like no one does. Most of the games are trash. I know, okay, there are some exceptions to the rule, and I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings when I say that, but I think the overall general consensus that most people can agree on is that it's just straight trash right now. And so, with that being said, it's not going to prop AVAX up for a bull run right now. If there's no games going on right now, like, you're basically just looking at a lot of speculation. And I know how silly that sounds, because most of this shit's speculation of what we're doing. Beam has a lot of utility. I know that it has a lot of intended utility and a lot of future utility, but I mean, without the gaming aspect of it, right? Like, nothing's going to happen. Now, Doug added to his Beam and Arweave bags this week. Welcome to roast me, but I'm happy with it. No, I mean, listen, it's just more about being frustrated, right? And I bought in, I want to say in like the 3 cent range on Beam, and it's down to like a penny and a half or something like that, right? So I've taken a beating on it, and so I'm just annoyed with it. And it's not that it's a huge position, but it's just one of those ones where it should be performing better, but it's not. Do you worry at some point, like, all right, even though it's got great utility, it's got a lot of bright future ahead of it, but it might not just be its time, right? There's a lot of projects that people got held with the bag and stuck with the bag in bull runs in past, because they thought, hey, it's going to go this time, but it doesn't. And let's case in point Cardano, case in point XRP, case in point right now Graph. What else do we got? I mean, drop some other slow movers, some grass feeders, if you will. You got sharks and grass eaters, right? Sharks and cows, grass eaters. Some projects are sharks, man. They're doing their thing. They're out there swimming around, doing what they got to do. And then you got some grass eaters, man. They're just out in the pasture, just moo. Or I guess maybe we could say they're out in the pasture and they're the horses, and it's that neigh poppy. I saw that, Zach. I'm glad you remembered that. I had forgotten all about Nay Poppy. If you guys have not tuned in to the Web3 Breakfast Show every Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern, it is our community, and we have a great time. And the Nay Poppy was a funny story. I've been trying to throw out a lot more short clips about what's happening on this show, what's happening in the morning show, so people can get a taste of what we've got going on. So check it out. Smash the like on it if you see it on the YouTubes. Phantom has the Sonic upgrade. I don't know anything about Phantom as far as what the blockchain offers and all that stuff. And I think that would be a great one. It's just, at some point there's so much constant evolving with all these blockchains. You pick a couple of the ones that you fuck with, and then you don't mess with others, right? Like, I do have to learn more about Cosmos. We've had, Carrie, he came in. We've had, some other guests that are on the Cosmos ecosystem. We've got the mad scientist that showed up and told us a lot more. And it sounds like there are some exciting things happening on some of these other blockchains, and it's all about just understanding and getting in and messing with them and just having some fun, right? And just checking it out and participating, using the tech. I need to do a little bit more of that on some of these other smaller blockchains. All righty. So that is Avalanche. Hopefully that thing will come back. Now, again, I think that I'm in a unique position with my Avalanche bag, and that is because when I launched my Stars Arena page, it was like, or I think it's just called the Arena now. When I launched that, it was like prime hype. And so I was able to, and Doug Hype was doing a bunch on there. And so we did a live stream like right as I launched. And so like my ticket price like shot way the fuck up. And so I had gotten a ton of Avalanche. So I have like a $0 cost basis for my Avalanche. And so it was always fun to play with like the potential of what I thought Avalanche was going to get to in the bull run, because then that's going to make a great video, right, for SocialFi if it ever becomes a thing. Because like, look what you could do. You could capitalize early on a platform, a social platform, and all of a sudden you've got this bag that's worth thousands and thousands of dollars just because you participated. So I do hope, and we'll get off of AVAX after this. I do hope, for the sake of Avalanche and all of the AVAX communities, that it is like ready to just turbocharge and kick some ass. And for all the gamers out there and all the RWA fans, that it has a big, bright future. For me personally, I hope that AVAX has a huge, huge, huge price tag, because then the clickbait title on my video will be that much better. All right, let's see. Anything in the chat we need to address? Airdrops. I don't mess with any of that kind of stuff. I don't have time to do that. I don't have time to do the whitelist stuff. For the most part, not that I don't care, I just don't care. It's just not my thing. But that is to each their own. And I want you guys to understand that I do understand that. All right, let's look back here. Any other thing that we need to look at on the losers? Any other opportunities? Let's look on the 7-day. Pretty much most of those that we were looking at are wiped out. As far as the big losses, Beam still showing about an 11.5% loss on the week. Gnosis, and I don't really understand why you would want to buy the Gnosis coin. Pendle down 6.5% in the week, so you still got an opportunity to get a little percent on that. Bitcoin, if that's your jam. If that's your jam, that's your jam. My jam is strawberry. All right. I mean, things are still down just a little bit, but I think earlier when we were looking at it this week, some projects were still down like 30% and stuff. And so, that was those were potential gains that you could have just taken advantage of when the correction came back. However, there are still some things that you could. I mean, if Ronin was your jam, dude, you're down 14.8%. You could scoop up some more, and or if you don't have any, and you're like, well, this thing will come back, and then look, there you go, 15%, boom, right into your portfolio. That's how the game is played, ladies and germs. All right, let's look at a couple of our smaller coins that we are looking at. Our memes with utilities. As you guys know, big fan of Pussy Monster. Also sponsored my fight, one of my fight sponsors for the Karate Combat 46 in Austin, Texas, almost 1 month ago. On the 30th, it'll be 1 month. So it's time to get back into the old Jimski. But here we go, is that chart. Last couple days, things have looked a little bit better. Let's go on to the daily chart. I'm a big fan of the daily on this. It tells a better picture. Here we go. So we did have a few days of some great action. Last couple have been going down. Sometimes you get concerned about the lower lows and the lower highs. But again, knowing that we know a little bit more information about the project, and there was some exposure, some initial tokens that were given out that we are just waiting for the weak hands to sell. So as that happens, as we see some of these little green spikes, that exposure level to those coins goes down. I don't know where we're at right now. At one point, I was filled in on what that exposure level was, the percent wise of supply. But I know that it was dwindling, and so the lower and lower that gets, the better, and then you get the organic push forward. So that's a long term play. That is a friend of mine. Obviously, you guys know Spaceman. Justin, I've met him several times through the partnership with the Bitcoin ATM machines, and so that is something that forever, that as long as I think I'll be doing this show, we'll be talking about. So we like to talk about what they've got going on. Plus, with the comic coming out, they've got the great merch. I'll probably be wearing some. We're going to be doing a giveaway as well as far as the Pussy Monster stuff goes. I got a couple backpacks and a T-shirt, some stickers, and some pens. We'll put the little packs together. So I think all in all, maybe do 4 giveaways. But I do want to do that in alignment with an episode. Have Justin on, have Spaceman on here, and then obviously talk about things that are going on, maybe updates, give some project things that are set to really help the image and marketing and all that kind of stuff. So we will be talking to those guys pretty soon here. The other one, here we go. OMG, my, it finally happened. We finally went over $500 on Gotti, guys. Yowza. This thing has just been on a rip. We started posting about this several months, and shout out to Mr. Dude co-hosting with me at Web3 Breakfast. He's the one that brought this to our attention at a much lower price. And then, there was an opportunity to even get in at a much better opportunity. So we first found out about this thing, I think originally in the 200s, approaching 300, which was, like the day that it launched or the day after. Now, keep in mind, it's only got a 50,000 token supply, right? And they're doing burns. And I think there's 45,000 or something left, some kind of crazy thing like that, with only like, I think it'll tell us right here, actually, how many left on the market. So there are 220 pooled Gotti available for sale on the market right now. Like, that's all that's available in this ecosystem. And so with that being said, supply shock is going to hit amazing price discovery at some point. And so we've been telling people, as the other day, it was like $221. And I said, listen, like, there was that opportunity to get in the 80s and 90s. But we are now here, and it looks like things were pushing forward, and the number is going up, and it continues. And that was on Monday. Today is Wednesday, and it's $548 a pop now, and it does not show signs of slowing down. Obviously, I'm sure there will be periods of you can see even on the candles where there are little bits of wicks, profit taking, but it's such a strong, what feels like strong community. The number, what you always got to be paying attention to is the number of holders, right? On the amount of tokens that are available with 1.26 thousand wallets. I'm telling you, that's a good spread, in my opinion, with the amount of tokens that are actually available to the market. So I would, if you got some profits, I mean, some people are calling for this thing to hit some high numbers, and that's only because of the supply shock, right? Not anything else. And that is the potential of crypto. So that is something that I have been looking at. That is something that I hope that you guys have been looking at. I know that several people in our community are in Gotti. I have some tokens, and I know they're doing the steak and lobster thing. But we did do a show with MKid a while back, like right around the time of launch, and I do have some tokens that the whole intention was to give away to the community, and we wanted to wait until this was more of a, not, I wouldn't say a life changing number, but a number where, if someone were to get, gifted a coin, like it might really help them out in a short, term fashion or whatever it is, a car payment or, stock the house with groceries or whatever, right? And so we're I think when we get to $1,000 a coin, that's when those things start happening. And I will forfeit the steak and lobster deal, because the whole point of this is to make sure that the people win, right? That was when we talked to M Kid and we learned really kind of the whole idea of what this project was about. That it was for the people to win. It was not for the devs to win, and the devs have won enough. We all know, we've all been rugged, wamboozled. We've all had that experience. But the whole point of this was to make sure that the people who are here in crypto can have a win. And so that was why we advocated for this project in the beginning, and we've stuck with it. And I've been hanging on to those coins, and I know Mr. Dude and a lot of other our community members. Carrie's got one, and I don't know who else has them in the morning in the breakfast crew, but I tell you what, Doug's got them. It's been great to see some of our guys get some wins, and so this is one of those that we'll continue to keep tracking. And then when the time is right, hopefully we can pass out some of these wins to the community. So that's our goal with that one, baby. All right, that takes us through the coins that we were going to look at today, for now at least. And we can always hop back into some of that other stuff. But there is what was just the article that was just up here? That's what I wanted. This one right here. The Democratic incumbent targeted by crypto super PAC ads loses primary. One of the if you saw the thumbnail, I put Trump on there. Can Trump save the bull run? I got a couple political articles here. As it turns out, we've got much like in some other parts of the world. I know the prime minister seat is up for election in the UK this year. We've got a presidential election here in the United States this year. There's actually tomorrow night here in Atlanta is the Trump Biden debate. Or as I posted earlier this morning, I might mess around and go to the Trump show. Although it is closed to the public, we cannot get in there. But the whole thing, and it was actually really cool. So yesterday, Whitney and we were walking around downtown Woodstock here, grabbing a beer and just kind of, shooting the breeze and doing what a happily married couple will do, is just enjoy some time alone, because the in-laws were watching our daughter. So we had a few minutes to grab a beer and just hang out. And we're just sitting there talking. Then all of a sudden, a lady came up who happened to actually work for iHeartRadio and wanted to get some sound bites. And, as it turns out, my sound bites were, as she referred to, a little bit better than average, and a lot better than average is what she said. And so we were talking. I said, well, this is what I do for a living, is that I host shows and I run podcasts and all that kind of stuff. And she's like, wow, actually, so would love to do more of a full-scale interview at some point about why, because the whole thing she was covering was the debate coming down here. And I said, well, it's really important to me. And she will, and it's not about the candidate, right? Like the whole idea of why political has really the political world has really reached into the crypto world, is because it's a hot topic, because Trump's campaign accepted donations in crypto. And I think traditionally the Democrats and Biden are against crypto. So it was for me, I was just saying, that was my answer was, I'm most excited to see how it goes, what they talk about crypto. Because that's what's important to me. And I think, if you pay attention to some of the other messages that we're hearing, is that, if crypto is what you care about, you're in this world, that should be an important issue. And so that's what we need to be paying attention to as the people who are in the industry, like what's going to best serve us, right? Because some of the other issues don't really, no matter how you slice them, don't really affect most of us. Some they do, I get it, but most they don't. Crypto affects all of us. You feel me? Go ahead and smash that like, fam. Appreciate you. All right. Shout out to all my folks watching on X. Let's go. All right, let's get into this article. Millions of dollars from political action committees may have contributed to challenger George Latimer's defeat of incumbent Jamal Bowman in a June 25th Democratic primary. Jamal Bowman, House of Representatives in New York 16th Congressional District, has lost the Democratic primary, which could have allowed him to keep a seat in 2025. This is the guy that, yes, okay, because she was the one that was like dancing on the, if I'm not mistaken, right? Like when she was dancing up on the stage, it was at the rally for this guy who ended up losing. I don't hate that. I don't hate that at all. AOC says people everywhere need to understand how disgusting and abnormal it is for special interests to dump nearly 15 million to unseat a member of Congress in a primary. This is corruption. It is a core threat to American democracy. It also fuels Trump. Support Jamal Brown. Whatever. What does it say here? Ba-boom. Gemini co-founder Tyler Winklevoss, who recently pledged $1 million to support Trump, some of which was later returned in the 2024 presidential election, said on X on yesterday that this is what happens when you pick a fight with the crypto army. His comments were likely alluding to Latimer's primary victory. So Latimer is our crypto guy. Where does it even talk about this Latimer guy? Here we go. Well, what is about like a crypto though? So Bowman voted against the Financial Innovation and Technology for the 21st Century Act, the CBDC Anti-Surveillance Act, and a joint resolution overturning the Securities and Exchange Commission rule on banks handling crypto. Latimer, in contrast, has not made any notable statements on crypto or blockchain. Okay. So he didn't say anything. That doesn't mean that he's pro, but we got the guy who's out, who hates crypto. He's gone. Thank goodness. That's what we want. Drittism said, I got me some Gotti yesterday. It was high, but if it goes higher, what's the difference? Exactly. That thing's just probably, I mean, I see this thing running for a while. I think that we've got some diamond handers in the community. I am a big fan of the community, of the team, of M Kid. Tomorrow, so guys, just so you know, tomorrow after the breakfast show, so from 9 to 10, we've got the Web3 breakfast. From 10 to 11, is the Dude and Dojo show, which they've got M Kid on. So you're gonna want to tune into that. So make sure you tune into the breakfast show, and then we'll post the link up in the JTron so you can get that information. You can also watch them. You can watch my show live streamed here on X, not on YouTube, but on X. And then I will check with Mr. Dude. I don't know if they are live streaming or if it's just a space, but I will find out. We will talk to you tomorrow. All right, next story that we got here. These are all like kind of like policy stories, right? Former DOJ attorney, SEC versus Coinbase could redefine U.S. crypto regulation. In an interview with CoinNews.com, former Department of Justice attorney Seth Goretz discussed the potential implications of the SEC versus Coinbase case, and he emphasized that the case could redefine crypto regulation in the U.S., impacting not only Coinbase, but also other exchanges and the broader market. The SEC claimed that several cryptos listed on Coinbase qualify as securities and should have been registered under U.S. securities laws. Now, we do know that Ethereum, they're done with that, right? I feel like that may pave the way to most of the ERC20 coins to kind of fall under that same umbrella. I think that that is a broad generalization on my behalf, and I understand that. But I think that that may be what's pressed to fall into line. I will find out, right? And that's just me speculating. I don't actually know, but I feel like there's a good indication that that may be. Anyway, in recent developments, Coinbase's attempt to dismiss the case was denied, allowing the lawsuit to proceed, and the court's decision indicated there could be enough merit to the SEC's claims to warrant further examination. Kurtz highlighted that the legal arguments from both sides. The SEC argued that the Howey test, remember, the Howey test is like 100 years old. Just remember that. 1939. That's actually the security. That's the securities. Let's see. Howey test year. Let's see. 1946. The Howey test was established in 1946. So if you were to do some math, crypto was how old at that point? Okay, time to probably look at some new ways to judge that, seeing as how it's a little different. That's just my thing. Doug's question: how long do you think they will drag this case out for? I don't know. I mean, I feel like it is so significant to the whole ecosystem that it will be a long time. Let's see. Here we go. What did Brian Armstrong say? I met with more than a dozen Dem and GOP senators in DC over the last 48 hours to discuss creating clear rules for the crypto industry and consumer protection for crypto users. There's a strong bipartisan momentum to get this done in the Senate now that Fit 21 had passed. Let's look at this tweet really quick. Share this one. The House, glad to see the voice of crypto voter having an impact. And there's a picture of Brian with some senators, I believe, probably one on each aisle. There it is. Anything else in here worth noting? Nope. Okay. All right. Here's our favorite lizard man, Gary Gensler. Ethereum ETF applications going smoothly, says Gensler. He's going to keep the date under wraps, but optimism for imminent approval, sparking market anticipation. Now, this did come out today, so we'll see what it says. The Ethereum ETF approvals are touted for early July, like we were talking about earlier. Zach said probably July 2nd. I think a lot of us are hearing that same thing. The U.S. spot Bitcoin ETFs have been a tremendous success, consistently attracting substantial daily inflows and growing in valuation since the launch. Starting from initial valuation of 28 billion, the ETFs have surged to 53 billion, highlighting the strength of investor demand. Now, this success has greatly enhanced Bitcoin's legitimacy in the financial world while providing a strong tailwind to the Bitcoin price. Little bit, right? We're going through some chop right now. That will commence again soon. The Bitcoin price that we all want to see. Let's see. Gary Gensler, KG on Ethereum ETF applications. In the wake of Bitcoin ETF success, a slew of prominent asset managers, including VanEck, Bitwise, BlackRock, and Valkyrie, have submitted applications for the Ethereum ETFs, and the community expects imminent approval within July 2nd, touted as a potential target date. There we go. There you go, Zach. We probably read the same article. Anything else in here? No, that'll do. That'll do. Here we go. This was a big thing. I'm sure everybody's seen this by now. But obviously Julian Assange free. Did the flight to Saipan, I believe is how we pronounce that. Did the whole thing there, got his guilty plea, all that stuff done. And I believe that he is back in Australia at this point. But as far as crypto goes, somebody donated 8 Bitcoin valued at $496,000, nearly covered the $520,000 that he needed for the emergency appeal, for the jet and the recovery costs. The goal was exceeded within hours of the appeal going live, with a further $376,000 worth of donations in fiat. So obviously, Julian Assange, a ton of support from the community. Now, the donation page included fiat options via crowdfunder and GoFundMe, as well as crypto donations in Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin Dash, Zcash, Dogecoin, XRP, and Monero. The 8 Bitcoin donation is the largest of a total of 8.1 in funds sent to the appeal via Bitcoin. Assange will therefore arrive in Australia debt-free, thanks in large part to the generosity of a single Bitcoin whale. That came from Alistair, the CIO of the Altana Digital Currency Fund. Now, I did see, let's see if we can find that, because Andrew Tate, if I'm not mistaken, let's see, that would be in his replies, right? It kind of feel like he took the credit for it. Down. Golly. So that was from yesterday, right? Yeah, here we go. So is this response right here? Like what's with the gift? What's Andrew Tate saying that? Do you think that does anybody think that Andrew Tate had anything to do with sending any of that 8 Bitcoin to Julian Assange? Let's cancel our poll that we have here. I'm going to end the poll. See what the folks said here. Do you round number your coins? 58% of the people said yes. Okay. All right. We're into that. Let's see here. The next question I'll ask you, we'll end the show with this one, and we'll check it out. Do you think Andrew Tate sent Assange any BTC? Well, I almost put that in the chat. Actually, there we go. There is a start a poll. All right, that will be the last poll that we do today. But make sure that you guys, if you can, vote in there because I want to know what you think. There's just, in my opinion, no way. There's just no way. I got 3 more stories to get through, and then we'll check the status of the Polsky, if that's all right with y'all. All right, Cardano unfazed by failed DDoS attack targeting stake data. No downtime was observed, and Cardano developer managed to attack the attacker and take back some of the funds. Cardano blockchain successfully mitigated a DDoS attack with no significant impact on the network operation. Let's see, the Cardano blockchain was hit by distributed denial of a service. Let's see, Fluid Token chief officer said that on X, the attack began on block 10,487,000, each transaction executing 194 smart contracts. The attacker spent 0.98 per transaction. Does it say any more information up here? It doesn't give me a number of. Does anybody know what the total of dollar amount was? Whatever, man. I don't know. Why wouldn't they put that in there? That seems pretty crazy. The DDoS attack was aimed at disrupting the system and not to steal stake tokens. Okay. Was it like, why would you do that? I mean, I don't know anything about hacking, so I don't know why you would, if you were trying to hack, why you would want to just disrupt the system. Damn the man. I hate Cardano so much, I'm going to try to take it down. I'm hacking the mainframe, bro. Who's coming with me? Jan's coming with me, man. I don't know why my hacker has that voice, but that's my hacker voice moving forward. This kind of goes in line with something we were talking about yesterday on the morning show. And it was about celebrities and the meme coins and, how it's really highlighting a problem within crypto, right? So let's see what this article has to go on and say. But celebrity meme coins highlight crypto's influencer problem. It's the trend. Celebrity meme coins are the latest influencer trend, with the likes of Caitlyn Jenner, Iggy Azalea recently launching their own meme coins. However, like each bull cycle, several celebrity-linked projects have already been accused of retail dumping and scamming unsuspecting amateur investors. Every bull cycle, celebrities jump on the latest trend. I was hoping, and I feel like, by the way, that this is very, very top signaling for this meme coin cycle. And obviously we've got to get through this meme coin cycle before we can, get to the parabolic phrase for the rest of the coins. And so this is kind of, I've been saying now for a little bit, this is feeling very toppy. So at some point, the meme coin season is going to end. Some of the projects that, the Bobo Inu 10, blah, blah, biddy-bidoo, skibidis, whatever, those projects are not going to last. Sorry. I hope that doesn't hurt your feelings. If it does, do some more research on crypto, please. But that's how the cycle goes. It's kind of way I get through this meme cycle, and then we're off to the races. During the 2017 bull run, various tokens were promoted through celebrity endorsed initial coin offerings, ICOs, as we called them back in the day, including Paris Hilton, Floyd Mayweather, and Jamie Foxx. The majority of those ICO projects turned out to be duds, with one study suggesting that more than 80% of ICO projects in 2017 were scams. In 2017, you literally could throw a dart at an ICO and you could 100x overnight. Like, it was absolutely insane. And then they would just crash back down. 2017 was nuts. Not like other times, man. Those were the days, brother. During the 2021 to 2022 bull season, NFTs and the Metaverse were the new hot trends, with many celebrities using the new tech for self-promotion. Same thing there. And you got Jake Paul, DJ Khaled, Floyd Mayweather, Donald Trump did his NFTs that they say had no real value. I mean, I think you got to, the generative art days of NFTs are just over, right? If that's all you've got, you don't stand a chance. You've got to have some kind of utility. You've got to have something for somebody. It can't just be what it was. The derivative days are dead. Dead ski. That will never be a thing. I think PFPs will always be a thing. People always will want an identity. When money is flowing back into our ecosystem and people start taking their profits, I guarantee you some of the NFT collections, especially the ones that have been working their asses off, those will see a resurgence, right? We will see some NFT projects come back, particular ones that I know that I'm in, a kid called Beast. I fully expect AKCB to come back. Also, I mean, there's no way that Yuga's fucked up beyond repair, right? So you got to think like people on a nostalgia play will come back and get apes, get mutants that they couldn't afford before. I think, right? Like, that's what I would do. Like, I've got my mutant. If I had the 10 ETH right now to spend on a Bored Ape, you bet your ass I would do it. You know, after I hit a couple X's in the bull run here, if they're still like around 10 ETH, you're fucking A right, I'm gonna get one. Because if they do rip back up to 50, awesome. If they don't, then I'll start the business, because like at this point, like, because you're not minting, you just get your forever ape, right? You get your forever NFT, whatever collection it is that you missed out on, or that you sold because you wanted to get liquidity, because you wanted to play the coins game again, whatever, right? Whatever your strategy was. And now you get the opportunity to go back, whether it's, price right, or you've got a lot more chips in your stack, whatever the situation may be, that opportunity will come and people will make that decision. And a lot of people, I think, are going to make the decision to go and get that NFT that they wanted and be able to pick one that they really resonate with and have that be their forever PFP or whatever it is, because people are always going to want their identity, and not everybody uses their face. And you have to understand, some people, that's one of the conversations that I had with somebody recently, and they're like, no, man, you don't understand that. Like, no, it's not, that's not what it's about. It's all about like your person, your identity. I'm like, yeah, but that's if you are in this industry, like if you are your brand, like you need to use your face as your PFP. But if you don't, if that's not your thing, like more people, and that's more people than not just want a PFP. They don't use their face as their brand. And so I'm fully expecting that some of those collections are really going to see a comeback. And again, especially if they've been working their ass off in the background. So, Dougie Doug, am I planning on selling my NFTs this cycle? No, I sold a few of them, and then I've got a couple good ones. Like, I've got a nice collection of a kid called Beast. I've got a couple smaller collections that I got just to join. Right, like I was never an NFT hoarder. Like, we've talked to people that have thousands of NFTs. They just would buy anything and everything, and most of them are trash, and most of them aren't worth a damn. I've got some that are great collections and great communities. Haven't checked in a little bit because of just how busy things are. But if you take the time and check in and everything's going well, like, no, I'm not going to sell them. The ones where maybe the communities are dead and you can still get a little liquidity out of whatever you're trying to sell, sure. But as far as my mutant, the only thing that I would be doing with my mutant is selling it to either get a different mutant or selling it because I got a Bored Ape. That's all. That would be the strategy there for selling any of my NFTs. But what about you guys? Are you guys selling any NFTs? Also, let's check in on our poll. Andrew Tate, right now, 100% of the people said no. They did not. They do not. You guys do not think, like myself, that Andrew Tate sent any Bitcoin over to Julian Assange. So, last article of the day. And I did this because, listen, I'm going to start pulling articles that are very specific for like industries, right? Like Metaverse. Why the fuck not? I used to be a Metaverse expert. It's been quite a bit since we talked anything Metaverse, but that doesn't mean that it's not something that's going to be in the future, right? I think a lot of what we do, RWAs, like a lot of that stuff, it's not coming to fruition right at this particular moment, right? It's a lot of we're putting our general faith and understanding that this is the direction that it's going. Well, I mean, the metaverse is just going to take a little bit longer to get to than we originally thought, but we could still talk about it. And if there's news about it, hey, Hong Kong, they are boosting their fintech scene with focus on DeFi and metaverse. Why would Hong Kong be even talking about the metaverse right now? This article is from today. It's not last year, like some of you are probably thinking. This is a new one. The Hong Kong government has shifted its focus to decentralized finance, or DeFi, as we know, and metaverse technologies to strengthen its global fintech standing. Recent reports from the Hong Kong Institute for Monetary and Financial Research, the research division of the Hong Kong Academy of Finance, support this move. The HKIMR report on DeFi notes that substantial growth, with market capitalization soaring from $6 billion in 2021 to over $80 billion in 2023. Big growth market. Metaverse is going to be huge at some point. Gaming will be huge at some point. RWAs will be huge at some point. It's all just about getting in and getting early. Here's a tweet from Alex, Chain Chaser. Hong Kong is eyeing DeFi and the metaverse for fintech expansion. Government-backed studies highlight growth and innovation potential in these sectors despite current challenges. And what we just said right here, DeFi's potential cannot be ignored. The market cap is soaring from $6 billion in 2021 to $80 billion in 2023. Well, that's going to do it. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your evening, afternoon, night, wherever you happen to be tuning in from. I know Doug is over in the UK, so it's a little late for you. Shout out to you, brother. Appreciate you being here, guys. Go ahead and smash a like on your way out. Greatly appreciate it. We will be back tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern, for the Web3 Breakfast Club. So tap in, tune in. Let's go. Make sure that you come locked and loaded, ready to go, ready to chat. I want someone new tomorrow to come and join us on stage. So whether you need to invite a friend, if you guys are in the club, in the community, and you want to invite a friend, or this is your first exposure to anything I got going on, 9 a.m. tomorrow, same channel, not here on the YouTube, but over on X, where most of you are watching. I got a couple hundred or 100 and something over there. So make sure you tap in 9 a.m. Eastern. You can watch it live, or you can hit the space and come up on stage, whatever you feel like. But we'll be back. Like I say in the morning, I'll say it at night because it's applicable no matter what time of day it is. Make yourself 1% better every single day. So 1% better than you were yesterday, 1% better tomorrow. You stack that up over a few days, and maybe you got a frown. It's going to turn upside down. Maybe you got a little depression, a little anxiety. Things will start to change for you. Put yourself outside of your comfort zone. Make yourself better. Do what you can, and you will start to feel better. I love you guys. Adios, amigos. We'll see you tomorrow.